I were not afraid, I would hike the Pacific Crest Trail from Mexico to Canada. What a great adventure that would be, by myself. I mean, you'd either find yourself or you would die trying. What a great adventure. I love hiking. I've been hiking since I was just a teenager, and one of my favorite hobbies. Me and my nephew, we've gotten into doing these marathon hikes. We'll go out and do 25-mile day hikes. And a couple of years ago, we did a 35-mile day hike, and it was just a great time. Wild, completely exhausted. What a great trip. One of the things I see when I'm out hiking, though, is people that are unprepared to be out hiking. They've gone out, maybe they're just camping, and they see the trail, and they think, well, there's a lake up there. Let's go check it out. I'll be coming back at 3:30 in the afternoon, and they'll be walking up the trail with their little half-liter bottle of water and their tennis shoes or their sandals on. Hey, mister, how far is the lake? Oh, it's about 5 miles. Okay, thank you. I'm thinking, how do more people not die hiking? You need to take it a little bit seriously and be prepared. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, is the 10 essentials of hiking. This is a list that's been around since probably the 50s or the 30s. It's an old list, and it's still functional today. It's things that you should have with you anytime you go hiking, even if it's just on a little short hike up in the woods, because you really never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to talk about this list and go through it. The first couple things on it, the map and the compass. And it's really important that you know where you're going. Even if it's just a little day hike, you can get turned around, you can take the wrong trail, and all of a sudden you're lost. And if you have a map, you can get yourself out of it. I had this one hiking trip I went on. It was up to Dardanelles Lake, and me and my buddy pulled up to the trailhead, and we got out of the car, and there was a bunch of cars there for the trailhead, and we took off hiking, and we got a couple miles in, and the trail started to get a little obscure. You know, we're stepping over fallen trees, and that's not normal on a well-used trail. And well, as we kept on hiking on, and pretty soon, about 3 miles in, the trail just disappeared. That was the end of it. We realized that we must have done something wrong, because this was a well-maintained, well-used trail. So we actually had our map and our compass with it. And we got it out, and we started looking at it, and we realized we'd gotten off on the wrong trailhead. We started looking around the mountains, and we said, well, that mountain there looks like this mountain here, and that mountain there looks like this one here. So I'm thinking that we're right here in this canyon. And if we hike up through this canyon and come out over here, we can make it to the lake without having to turn around. So we just took a roll at it and tried it and started hiking up, and every now and then we'd pull our compass and map out and check, and sure enough, we made it, you know, just heading through the backcountry to this lake. But it was a great feeling, because all that time that I carried my compass and map and didn't need them, it came in handy. So it's a great tool to have. Next one is extra clothing. And you think you start off with the trailhead and it's a nice, warm, sunny day, and it's going to stay that way all day, and so you just walk in with your shorts and your t-shirt on. But I've taken off on the Mount Rose trailhead on a beautiful sunny day, gotten up to the top of Mount Rose, and that wind is blowing and it is cold. And I've got my windbreaker out, my ear warmers on, and my gloves, and I'm so glad that I carried that stuff. So you always got to be prepared in the mountains for a change in weather and carry a little extra clothing. The next thing, a headlamp and a flashlight. Now I really recommend that when you take off hiking, take off early in the morning. Don't wait until 2 or 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon to go hiking. Get out there early, and if something goes wrong, you can still get down. But if for some reason you get stuck out there after dark, it is an essential to have some light, and a headlamp or a flashlight is an essential part of your supplies. The next thing, a first aid kit. I've carried a first aid kit with me all along. Sometimes on a short hike it may just be a small first aid kit, but I've actually gotten to the point where I carry a pretty nice little first aid kit with me. I've never had to use it. I think the only thing I've used it for is to patch up a blister or two along the way. But once again, if you're out there and you need medical attention, there's nobody coming to help you out. It's all your own. So have some supplies, at least some basic medical necessities, and be prepared to take care of yourself. Next is water. Of course, water is an essential. I recommend that you carry a liter of water for every 5 miles you plan to hike. So make sure you have plenty of water with you and even a little extra water, because if you get stranded, you're gonna need that water. There's also some great tools you can use. I have this really handy little water filter. It's got 2 hoses that come out, and you just stick it in one end into the puddle and the other end of your jug, and you pump it, and it doesn't matter how stagnant the water is, it comes out nice, clean, and drinkable. Another really nice product they have now is this, about the size of a magic marker pen, and it shoots ultraviolet light into the water and purifies it for you. They're a little pricey, but what a nice tool to have, really a cool tool. Extra food. Once again, you want to carry some nourishment with you as you're hiking, but if you get stuck out there and you have to spend the night, have a little bit of extra food with you just in case to get you through the night. The one thing you always want to make sure when you're hiking is that you can survive one evening. Maybe somebody will come looking for you after 24 hours, they'll see your car down there, but you need to be prepared to spend at least one night in the backcountry. The next one is a knife. And don't carry just a little Boy Scout knife. Carry a real knife that you can do some work with, that you feel is some protection for you when you're out there. I mean, you might be spending the night out in the woods. And those sounds in the bushes, Jeffrey, what are they?
Bears.
See?
Always.
You want a knife that you can feel secure with. So carry a decent knife. The next thing is you want to have something to start a fire with. Once again, you're stuck out in the woods, that fire is going to be an essential part of your survival. So not just some matches and a lighter, but something to start a fire. Some dryer lint is an awesome supply to start a fire with. Some pine needles, get some dry wood, and you can really get yourself a decent fire going. Finally, sunglasses and sunscreen. Just want to protect yourself from the sun while you're out there. It's going to fatigue you, sunburn you. You don't want to have to be dealing with any of that. So protect yourself from the sun. But don't be psychotic. When you go out into the woods, be prepared, take care of yourself, be safe, and carry the 10 essentials with you. Hiking is a really wonderful activity. And Jeffrey, I know that you're going to get back out there this year in spite of the bears, and you're going to enjoy your hike. So I look forward to seeing you all on the trail. Thank you.